I warmly welcome you all to this momentous occasion, which has become a key feature of our calendar as we accelerate the implementation of Vision 2030. The world over, governments are no longer measured by the promises they make to the people and credibility of their plans, but by high performance, efficient resource utilization, and delivery of quality services. In our case, this event attests to the work culture being institutionalized to enhance performance and accountability across the public sector for high impact results. Under the Second Republic, we have committed ourselves to achieve an agile, innovative, responsive, and resilient governance system. This is underpinned by policy thrusts which include: 1, thinking big; 2, policy entrepreneurship and innovation; 3, managing for sustainable development results; and 4th, accountability. In this spirit, performance contracting is being implemented as one of the reform measures geared to ensure that the public sector is market and the people-centered. My government is determined to repurpose our institutions and systems to remain relevant to current and emerging trends as we harness present opportunities and grapple with associated challenges. Undoubtedly, performance contracting introduced in 2021 has had a propelling effect and enabled stakeholders, including ordinary citizens, to assess progress by ministries, departments, and agencies in achieving targets set out in the National Development Strategy and Vision 2030. It is therefore critically important that in the final year of NDS 1, the implementation of highly impactful programs and projects is scaled up to leapfrog our quest to attain a high-income society status. I look forward to the overall outcome evaluation report at the end of the 2025 fiscal year. This will allow us to comprehensively and factually ascertain the impact of performance contracting on the economy and citizenry, as well as afford us insightful lessons for the implementation of National Development Strategy number 2. Comrades, it is commendable that since the introduction of performance contracting, we have witnessed notable milestones across all sectors. These include steady economic growth, introduction of the ZIG, launch of the Presidential Title Deeds Program, and establishment of village units, among others. The growing culture of accountability, integrity, efficiency and effectiveness is also applauded. Meanwhile, performance contracts and internalization of the integral result-based management principles are driving programming and a new work ethic within our government. Furthermore, the performance ratings, awards, and recommendations have also enhanced policy and structural responsiveness while injecting positive competition among the MDAs. Riding on the current momentum, more reforms will continue to be implemented, guided by global best practice, which takes into account the unique needs and challenges of our country. The public sector must resist the temptation of complacency and comfort. It is disappointing that there are some officials who are yet to acquaint themselves and adopt performance contracting and the formulation of strategic plans. Public sector officials are directed to keep up with these ongoing reforms. On its part, my government will continue to roll out sensitization and training in results-based management across the public sector at all levels. Digitalization of performance contracting will also see increased efficiencies within our systems, while benchmarking with best practices remains ongoing. The whole of government and society approach is being strengthened through consultative engagements with grassroots communities and the private sector, as well as bilateral and development partners. The enactment of the Government and Results Act is envisaged to consolidate the nexus between public sector performance and accountability for results. Alignment between planning and budgeting and enhancing the rewards and sanctions mechanisms remain priority areas of focus. It is notable that this year's performance contracts have been extended to deputy ministers, deputy chief secretaries, public service commissioners, the clerk of parliament, and secretary to the Judicial Service Commission. Additionally, the introduction of joint performance contracts for programs and projects will be implemented with effect from 2026. This will bring traction in the completion of projects while improving resource allocation and utilization. These interventions equally provide avenues for the incorporation of private sector and development partners into public sector programming. I expect the joint performance contracting will be mainstreamed as we formulate National Development Strategy 2. Sector-specific reforms are being instituted across the public sector so that government is modernized and responsive to the needs of the people they serve. It serves. This includes reviewing and eliminating some of the overlapping permits and licenses being charged by MDAs. The streamlining of cumbersome bureaucratic procedures affecting the ease of doing business is also being prioritized. We are determined to comprehensively consolidate and improve on the gains we have realized towards Zimbabwe being an attractive and competitive investment destination. Similarly, the ongoing reforms within public entities are set to see a turnaround towards greater viability and profitability. Key to this strategic refocusing was the creation of the Zimbabwe Sovereign Wealth Fund under the Mnangagwa Investment Fund. Comrades, the Second Republic, under my leadership, will continue with its modernization drive by digitalizing services and improving efficiencies in all administrative processes. Clear deadlines must now be issued, requiring that relevant online services be deployed across the public sector to improve convenience to our citizenry. The provision of online services should be a key result area of your performance evaluation. In line with global standards, government is working towards certification of MDAs to improve standardization as well as quality and risk management. With regards to devolution and decentralization agenda, let me reiterate that provinces are expected to emerge as dynamic and competitive economic hubs with marked growth across all sectors. Ministers of Provincial Affairs and Devolution are thus directed to champion the implementation of people-centered development projects in their respective provinces. May I emphasize that ministries, departments, and agencies, and the public sector as a whole are directed to adopt synchronized, coordinated, and results-driven governance frameworks. Under my administration, the public sector succeeds as one united team. Chasing one common national vision for the good of all our people, leaving no one and no place behind, no silo mentality. We all derive our mandate from the people as they express their democratic right by voting our ruling Revolutionary Party ZANU-PF into office. In this regard, the various mandates that we are discharging as the public sector should be reflective of the will of the people of Zimbabwe and undertaken in their interest, individually and collectively. We all have a duty to empower and uplift many more of our fellow country people, and men and women, the young and the old alike, as well as our boys and girls, out of poverty into prosperity. Let us never betray the sacred trust and confidence that the people have entrusted on us and our colossal mass party, ZANU-PF. In concluding, I urge us all to wholeheartedly serve our country with honesty, unflinching patriotism, uttermost professionalism, humility, and unquestionable integrity. Together, we are building a prosperous, modern, and industrialized Zimbabwe for the present and the future generations. And that mandate, the task, is on us all. With these remarks, I wish to congratulate those who have received recognition and awards in this ceremony. Makorokoto, I'm sure. God bless you all.